bring it to the flow.
Talent grace, I'm never gonna be done. Lean on in. Now welcome to the kingdom.
You are watching. I want to say Women's Wrestling Movement, but it's not that anymore. Women's Wrestling Talk. My name is TK Trinidad, aka the Canadian Assassin, and I am not alone. Let me just say I am truly happy and blessed to have this group of hosts. If you guys have been following us, like from the original show to now, like I think it's right. It's perfect. It's just like a chocolate chip with the right amount of like. So welcome my amazing co-hosts. We have Sarah the Rebel.
What up, though?
Oh man, look at those muscles.
Look at the muscles. Been going to the gym.
She hails from the Valley, Emily May.
Hey everyone, I'm so happy to have TK. You're here we're together again.
Yeah.
I'm loving this.
I'm loving it. And the show doesn't change. We are doing still great things. We're doing Star of the Week. We're doing news in a different form. You'll see it. You'll see it. Trust me. And we have amazing guests like we always do. This is not her first go round. So let me just be honest. With the guests, they were on WPW, but I consider it all one big thing. So this is not her first go round with us. She calls herself the Black Diamond, aka Robyn Reid. How you doing?
I'm good. A little tired because I've been up since the middle of the night. I don't know. I can't I'm just excited as hell for next week. So I'm already thinking of a million things, but I'm good. I'm tired, but I'm good.
I know. Yeah, I know. I think we all all of us in this 4-picture bubble, we women doing amazing things is just it's all right here. It's all right here. So let me just say I am absolutely just proud to see I've been talking about it for a while, and I'm sure all of us have. We as women and women of color, we've been doing amazing things, inside the ring, but you are doing amazing things outside the ring and making things happen. So can you tell us, because you had a couple of news bits, can you tell us exactly what happened and what people should be looking for?
How did I get on in this position, or wait?
The announcement of the position, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I know with the whole speaking out movement, people were talking, a lot of the women were saying they weren't comfortable with certain things, telling their stories. I was telling my story in the speaking out movement. Then Thunder Rosa, who had a promotion with her husband titled Mission Pro Wrestling, I think they were able to only do 1 or 2 shows before the pandemic broke out, and so they stopped. She noticed everything that was going on, and she was like, I want to make Mission Pro Wrestling an all-females promotion, not just in the ring, the wrestlers, but the referees, the commentators, the bookers, everyone. She wanted it female from top to bottom. And so I was like, hey, if there's anybody interested in, having me around, I love, writing stories. I'm a big storyteller when it comes to wrestling. I love storytelling. And I love writing. I like writing the stories. I was like, if anybody wants me in their locker room, hey, I'm there. You know what I mean? I made that post, and I think couldn't have been 24 hours later, I had a handful of promotions hit me up. And I was like, I'm very familiar with Thunder Rosa, known her for 4 years, worked with her at WOW, worked with her at other promotions. So I was like, hell yeah, I'll take that position. Thank you.
It was just very awesome for me as your friend on Facebook. I see you put up this post, and then I got to immediately see the people responding and see that you actually you spoke it into existence. I just really like seeing that for you.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. And I was so excited to have been given this opportunity that I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. You just made this post, and then a few hours later, here you are in this position that you just, spoke about. So it was crazy. It was crazy.
It's such an incredible thing to watch, because I know we've spoken about this on this show multiple times about having more diversity behind the scenes in wrestling and also in the ring. And it's so important. And I feel like the last few months have really shown, and we've been really trying to fight for it even more. How has this process been for you since the announcement? And, I know the show's coming up soon. Mm-hmm. How has that whole process been? And the card looks amazing, and you have some incredible talent going to be a part of the show. So what was that like? And, what are you most excited about?
very busy, but the thing that I love the most about it is the support that I've been getting. And I've been getting personal messages in my inbox, you know, girl, you're going to change the game and this, that, and the other. And I'm just like, y'all bitches better not make me cry. Excuse me, I didn't mean to say that. Because I can get emotional quick. And I'm just like, God, you know what? But no, there's been a lot of support. And I'm so thankful for that. You know, when you have that reputation wherever you go, where you get along with pretty much anybody that you encounter, you know, you get a lot of good, positive feedback. You know what I mean? People want to support you. People want to see that change. And it's been fun. It's been long. You know what I mean? There's some things that I'm encountering, you know, as a booker where I'm just like, all right, didn't know about this. But, you know, like the way I go, I fix it, keep going. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun.
Would you say that you prefer being a booker to being a wrestler? Have you formed an opinion yet on that?
At this point, I guess because honestly, I feel like I'm winding down, even though I haven't been, you know, there are some women out there that have been killing it for like 10, 15, even 20 years. I've only been doing this for 6 years, and it's just, I don't know, I'm having a lot of fun with that right now. I haven't decided yet because I haven't had my first show yet. So I don't know. I'm on the fence.
As far as like, obviously you can't speak to like every promotion, but have you been getting like feedback as far as being, because I hear, I mean, we'll talk about, you know, the big one, WWE, a lot of the bookers and stuff, even for the female brand, like female wrestlers are men. Have you been getting feedback from female wrestlers, like how amazing it is for you to be back there and like creating it, because you obviously are women, you know what goes on?
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of good feedback. I know, I guess if like when people see positions open, like, hey, Robyn, see if you can, you know, apply for this, that, and the other. And I'm just like, yeah, well, you know, let me, because I'm new to this particular part of doing it on my own. And it's been a lot of positive feedback. It's been a lot of positive feedback, but I want to kind of give myself a little bit because I'm like a newborn in this thing. You know what I mean? So I'm still trying to figure out how to, you know, work, you know, everything, all the stores and stuff, making sure they come off properly. So I've been getting a lot of positive feedback though from the wrestlers, and I appreciate it a lot.
So I respect that, but I just want to remind you that men do not think that way. Ain't no man out here being like, I don't have enough experience. They're like, I know exactly what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna say, maybe consider, you know,
right.
Line, shorten it.
Make it till you make it.
You're right. You're so right.
Well, because you were talking a little bit about like writing and kind of creating these stories. Can you speak to a little bit about what you're trying to create and anything that we can like look forward to, or is it all a surprise?
My ideal thing when it comes to matches is storytelling. Mm-hmm. You know, I trained at Booker T school, and he is really big on storytelling. Mm-hmm. And like I told one of my friends before, I'm not knocking, you know, the wrestlers that do a lot of, you know, flips and moves. It's not my thing. And what I try to put in their mind is, okay, if you ask a fan by the end of the night, what do they remember at that match? You know, what do they remember about that match? What are they going to tell you? You know what I mean? They're going to be like, because I even tested that theory myself. I watched some great workers. And I was like 30 minutes later, I looked at somebody and I was like, you remember anything about this match? And they were like, nope. And I'm like, that's the thing. We got to slow it down. You got to let stuff marinate. You know what I mean? It's great that you're athletic and you can flip and jump and spin and, you know, do all that stuff. But at the end of the day, you want the fans to give them that time to let certain things soak in that match that you were really trying to get across. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So it's just, I don't want anybody to take it the wrong way, but that's how, when I write these stories, my main thing is you getting that story that I wrote across. You know what I mean? So I just want people to kind of take their time and give the fans that moment to absorb what just happened. You know, if there's a heel turn somewhere, you know, you give the fans like, oh, she just did that. So, okay. You know what I mean? I want people to really, you know, let it soak in that something just happened and don't immediately move to the next thing.
Right.
So that's how I put together my storytelling.
It's like good cooking. You can't like really whip up something that's memorable just in 5 minutes. You have to like that's like a whole afternoon, and then you remember that meal. So it makes sense. I totally agree with you. It's one of those things where, you know, you wait. If that person can do all these amazing things, you wait for the right timing to do that, so that you remember everything in its entirety.
And the chemistry has to be right. You got to get, you know, the chemistry has to be right. The build has to be right.
So now,
and that's what you want to do. You know, you don't want to rush stuff. You want that moment to give to the fans where their mouths open and they said like, what the heck just happened? You know what I mean? Like, instead of, you know, if that's your thing, cool, but that's not how I write my stories, or you know, but that's just me, you know.
So now wrestling has changed. I mean, like, not even wrestling, the world has changed in like March with the masks and the virus and all this other stuff. And, you know, wrestling was kind of on lockdown for a while. You know, we're even seeing now it's getting to a point where, you know, the Thunderdome is here and all this other stuff. And, you know, we're kind of getting to a new normal. What do you think, or like, what do you hope wrestling will kind of morph into? Or were we missing something? Or is there something that you're like, man, this is something we don't do anymore because of the state we're in? Can we bring that back in some way? Or what are your thoughts on that?
One of the things I'll say from a female wrestling perspective is that, you know, there was this whole women's revolution. Everybody was excited, you know, these women's matches. And I feel like that's kind of died off. You know what I mean? And my goal, any promotion that I work for, especially if it's predominantly male, I always go in with the mindset of, give me at least 2 women's matches, not one where it's like 3 to 5 minutes. Give me 2 matches, you know, with a certain amount of time, because I want to showcase that women are still killing it right now. You know what I mean? You have to give them time. You do. You don't have to necessarily give them 15, 20 minutes. If you give them a certain amount of time, they'll make it happen. You know, so my goal, I want to see shows come back, use a bunch of different women, not the same women, you know, giving people opportunities. And I would like for there to be more than just one show. You know what I mean? You have your women's matches, and then you also have, if you want to do an intergender match, you know, use some ballets. I want to see more women in different roles, have more female commentators, have more female referees at your show. Switch it up, add a little something to it.
100% agree. So back to quarantine real quick, as far as you personally, how is that affecting you? Like, how have you been coping? How have you been doing? All of that. Oh
my God. It was, just being 100% honest, it was a struggle. It was a struggle for me. And especially when it first happened, because I'm locked in, I feel like this box, can't go anywhere, don't know what's going on. And as someone who kind of has a chronic illness, I'm just like, I got a little bit paranoid, because I'm like, are people going to take this thing seriously? You know, some people aren't taking it seriously. So cases are coming up and stuff like that. It wasn't fun, but I had to find things for myself to do so that my mind would stay occupied. Because I'm a person, if I sit somewhere too long, I'm not going to lie to y'all, like mentally, I start like second guessing myself and just thinking of like all the negative things that have happened in the past, especially in wrestling. So I had to come up with some stuff to do. And that's when, you know, around the speaking out movement came about. And I was like, yeah, you know, if I got a chance to be a booker, I can sit down and that gives me something to do. I can write stories. I love writing stories. So it's gotten better for me. It still sucks, but it's gotten better.
Well, that's good to hear.
Good.
What were some other things that, besides wrestling, that kind of occupied your time during all of this? I know all of us have like picked up new hobbies or picked up new, you know, recipes that we haven't, you know, dusted off our cookbook. Is there anything fun that you kind of picked up that you were like, I haven't done this, and decided to try it?
Well, I'll tell you this. I started acting. I hired a coach. That was a lot of fun, and she's still there. Whenever things start opening up more, she's gonna open up her studio. She's gonna invite me in so I can do some of the classes there. I've been getting scripts to like shoot like little movies here and there, and another like something that I love doing. Not a lot of people know about is decorating. I love decorating. Like Hobby Lobby is like my go-to place. Michael's, even Walmart. Like I got so much Christmas stuff. Like it's
Christmas stuff.
Yes. I am that person. That is me. That I am not ashamed to admit. As soon as Christmas stuff come out in Hobby Lobby, May, June, yeah, okay, I want this. I want this. That is me. Yes, I am that crazy girl. I have 7 Christmas trees.
Whoa. Wow. Are you getting ready for Halloween? Are you like making your like graveyard in the front yard and like doing ghosts and stuff?
I'm not that extreme at Halloween. I do have stuff, but like Christmas, girl, let me tell you. Yes, that is me right there. Cause the older I get, I'm not expecting like a lot of gifts and stuff. That's just not my thing. But I love decorating. It makes me happy. And they say, stuff like that it's therapy. Some people use that as therapy because it makes them feel good. So it sounds crazy, but it makes me feel good. So
now, are you one of those people who leave their lights on until like March,
or all year round?
Oh.
I've done that. I am guilty. I had a Christmas tree up in my bedroom a few years ago, and I literally left it in the room the whole year. Because June or like October, no, not October, like August hit one year, and my tree was still sitting there. I was like, Christmas is around the corner. I'll go ahead and just leave it up. So yeah, yes, girl, I have trees and stuff everywhere. That's me. I'm that crazy girl.
Do you have different themes? I know we're going down this Christmas rabbit hole, but I have to know, do all your trees have themes?
I agree. Yes. It's important.
It's important. I have to know.
Yes, I have themes. Girl, I'm telling you, I am crazy. I already know what I want to do for next year. and it's like, I don't know, because I don't know. It just makes me happy.
I love it. I love it so much.
Don't be ashamed of what brings you joy.
I love it. I mean, I'm like watching Lifetime Christmas movies in July and August. So I'm with you. I'm like, I have my list ready. I'm ready to watch.
Your list ready?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I've been Halloween shopping for a while.
Yeah, I've gotten more into Halloween this year. Like, I love Halloween. But for some reason, I don't know, maybe it's the pandemic. I'm like, I need something to do. And I'm looking at all this Halloween stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, let's just go ahead and bypass everything else, because 2020 has just been, let's just go straight to Halloween. So.
All right, then. Well, I don't know.
Okay, TK's judging you, apparently.
Yeah, TK's totally good.
Don't judge me, bro. Like, really?
I'm processing it.
What would be your favorite? Okay, so if you could dress up for your costume this year, anyone, like any wrestler, I'm looping it back to wrestling, guys. Who would you dress up as?
Oh my God, I don't know. Oh, you know what? I take that back. I am a huge Orange Cassidy fan.
Okay.
So that would be like, you wouldn't have to say nothing. The outfit, like, you can go to good, not saying, he probably got like some legit, like, name brand stuff, but you can go to like Goodwill, find your little denim jacket, you know what I mean? Walk around with your thumbs up with some shades on the whole time. So Orange Cassidy.
That is a nice.
All right, I want to see it. I want to see your Instagram.
Oh, Lord.
October 31st.
I did Sasha Banks one year. I was cute with pink hair.
I could see that.
Oh, I could totally see that. That's cute.
Wow. Are we done talking about Christmas? Or
no. Okay, so one more question.
I'm just double checking.
Sarah, go. You have more questions.
Wow. Okay. Well, after Christmas is over, is there any? Because 2020 is. I don't want to say it's kind of done, but we're winding down, kind of, sort of. 2021, as far as a booker or even wrestling, is there any like places that you want to wrestle for? Any places you want to book for? What does that look like?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm Outside of WoW, I haven't really thought of going anywhere else wrestling wise, but booking wise, like that's starting to take precedence over wrestling. You know what I mean? Just because I feel like I'm starting to make that shift, that transition. I love booking for the promotions that I'm at now, Mission Pro Wrestling and Generation Championship Wrestling. If whoever, if WWE, AEW, Impact, whoever, wanted to give me a chance, I would love it. So those would be my choices. Yeah.
So you are planning to come back to WoW once WoW starts again?
That's the goal.
Okay.
That's the goal.
I know. Well, having 2 WoW people on in the box. Has there been any day? Well, I mean, we're in a box. I
feel you. It's funny. Are we just gonna always call this the box? I feel like we will.
Oh, I think so. I kind of went in with like, you know what? This is what we're doing, so we'll just go with it. So we're currently in the box. So the 2 WoW wrestlers who are in the box. Has there been any talks as far as when it's coming back, or have you guys had a meeting like, oh, this is what we're gonna do, or has it been silent? Anything like that?
David has been very communicative with us as far as what is holding up filming, and the fact that it is the pandemic, for anyone who's curious. And basically WoW wants to make sure they're moving forward the correct way, and in a way that makes sense both for the audience, for them, where they're filming it, where they're placing it, and then for the safety of the wrestlers. So the plan is for WoW to come back. It's just waiting on them to create a protocol, basically.
Okay.
Yep. That's good.
So probably 2021 early. I see it. Okay.
Robyn, have you thought about, like, when you do come back to WoW, is there anything different that you want to try, or anything new that you want to kind of try to push forward in the storylines, or anyone that you specifically want to work with?
I want to work with anyone there, especially that chick that's in one of the squares right now.
Which square? This one or that one? Which one?
With the purple hair. With the purple hair. Outside of my character, outside of the disciplinarian, like, I love the Psycho Sisters. You know what I mean? I love how they're put together. I love Sarah. Oh God, I don't want to break kayfabe. You got Sarah, right? Sarah.
Yeah, it is. I was saying, we call each other by our WoW names. So I was like, are you trying to remember my real name right now?
Yeah, that's why I was like, can I say her shoot name right now?
Yeah. Razor, Sarah, either one, I'm fine.
But like, I love, like, your mic skills are just like amazing. I love your promos, and it's just because you get the crowd amped, you know what I mean? And that's outside of my character. Now, as a disciplinarian, I just want to beat you up because, like, you know what I mean? It's like your character is like, yeah, like as someone that's like a teacher in real life, your character reminds me of like just a rebellious teen walking down the hallway, like, messing with kids and stuff, like flicking books out of people's hands, and I'm just like, beat you up. You know what I mean? Even though I'm the one, even though I'm doing bad things too, but I don't know. So you guys see what I'm saying?
No, that's why I'd love to work with you, because I feel like there's a story. We don't even have to write that story. We're the bad kids who are sitting there popping our gum in, in school suspension.
David, if you're watching this, here,
make this happen.
Make this happen.
Okay, so that was kind of a scary look, Sarah. I don't know who you were looking at.
I was being scary.
I was like, yeah, is there anything else you want to say?
Sarah's ready. She's ready.
So we're going to get into, we've been doing it for a while, but a little different questions are rapid hot tags. So for you guys who are just joining us, I'm going to ask Robyn some questions, and she's going to say the first thing that pops to her mind. So are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite quarantine snack?
Ice cream.
Do you prefer working out at home or at the gym?
Gym.
Cooking at home or ordering out?
Both.
Okay.
Can I do both?
You can do that. If you could wake up tomorrow having gained one quality or ability, what would it be?
the ability to fly.
I like that. What in your life are you grateful for?
Family.
And this is actually one of my favorite questions. I'll tell you guys the backstory of that, but this is a really favorite question. If you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which one would you choose?
Damn, that's loaded.
Like everybody's thinking now.
Dang. Mind. I'm gonna say mind.
Not to ask everybody else. Sarah, what do you think?
Body.
Emily?
Oh, that's so hard. My body hurts already, guys.
Right, exactly. So I'm like, I don't care about my mind.
I would say the mind. I feel like if I'm not lucid enough to like understand who people are and where I am and what year it is, I think that would be rough. So I'm going to say mind.
I think I'm on the same with Sarah. I'd pick body.
I'm going to be out of my mind and still hot.
Always.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Get me out of my yard! Ma'am, we're the same age as you. Wanders away.
Speaking of Sarah, let's hit it with the star of the week real quick.
Today's star of the week is Max the Impaler. This competitive strongwoman, who was on her way to nationals to compete before a shoulder injury derailed those plans, is the current champion at H2O Wrestling and previously held championships at IWA and OVW. Max got her start training at Ohio Pro Wrestling Academy and made her debut in 2018. That was just 2 years ago. Since then, she's taken the wrestling world by storm, having an Impact Dark match, making it to the semifinals of the Shikara Pro Young Lions Cup, wrestling in Canada at the Shimmer Summit, and being listed on the PWI 500 at number 254. This rising star is one to watch. Be sure to follow her at _her name is Max_ and tell her Women's Wrestling Talk sent you. And if you want to learn more about a star of the indie wrestling scene, please shoot us your suggestions for future stars of the week.
Boom, boom. I love it.
Wow.
So thank you so much, Robyn, for hopping on the show. You are our official first guest to the new show / old show all together, for being in the box. So we really appreciate it. I don't know, like I said, there's certain things that we carry over from the old show, and like when I get a feeling about something, it usually happens. I just have this feeling that this Booker thing is like you. Like it's like I think because of your background, wrestling, and the teacher thing, to be a good teacher, you have to know your students and then kind of get the best out of them. So I have a feeling that, because sometimes wrestlers, more like Sarah, you have to figure them out. So I just have a feeling that, I think this is your thing, and I think you're going to be one of those pioneers of just making stuff happen throughout the wrestling world. So
are we done? Because I don't want to cry on here.
Oh,
so please don't.
I'm so excited for next week too. I'm so excited for
crying. I just want to say my favorite memory with you is the time you and I tried to just look at each other instead of crying, because I think David was making a speech in the locker room,
yes.
and I were both just like, "We got this."
Yes, girl.
Oh
that night was crazy. It was like emotions were everywhere, and I think that's the same night we gave Kristen like the flowers and stuff, right? And then I was already crying from that, and then all of a sudden David got up there, he crying. I'm like, God, and then
we're just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, we were bawling. Yes.
Oh no.
Okay,
I mean, TK knows I'm in tune with my emotions too, and like every little things make me cry all the time. So I'm there with you guys.
Tear babies.
All right. Well, as the one who tries not to do that at all, thank you so much, Robyn, for coming on. Let everybody know where they can find you.
All right. So Instagram is the.black.diamond, the with 2 E's. Twitter _ Robyn, ROBYN, Reid, REID. And if you want to follow my WOW Instagram, it's WOW _disciplinarian. And Facebook, Robyn Reid.
Boom. Thank you so much for coming on. Sarah the Rebel, aka the Sarah the Crier. Please let everybody know where they can find you.
I am very strong and very passionate person, and I'm not ashamed. You can find me at Sarah the Rebel everywhere. Sarah's an H, as God in the Bible intended.
And the farmer's daughter, Emily May, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on all social media platforms at Emily May Heller, and then also follow the Safe Wrestling Collective on Twitter and Instagram.
And you can follow me on everything at TK Trinidad. I'm really like looking up what our new IG and Twitter is, because we changed it, and I've been saying WPW for like 3 years. So forgive me, but this is what we do. So you can follow us on everything at WW Talk, which is actually pretty easy. So WW Talk on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. So definitely hit us up with.
I think it's WW Talk 2020 right now on Twitter.
Oh yeah, but don't worry. Yeah,
Still
you'll figure it out. You'll be able to find it. Start off with Instagram first, and then kind of work backwards from that. So, but WW Talk on Instagram, and then if you have any stars of the week you want us to highlight, if you have any wrestlers, female wrestlers of course, that you want us to interview, let us know, and that's why we are here. That's why we are the new #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. Trust me, for you guys who's watching the show, have followed us or started following us, this is only the beginning of so many things in plan. So thank you so much. Till next time, guys. Ciao.